Travis here again with Lucky Tackle Box. I'm out here, middle of winter, it's absolutely freezing, and today we're gonna be breaking down fishing island tops by dragging football head jigs over them. So we're gonna be using V&M's Pacemaker jig, which we included in the December Lucky Tackle Box to really break this technique down to rigging, retrieval, and location. When setting up this jig, the first thing is you want to put a trailer on it. And this time of the year, we're really trying to imitate crawdad type baits down there. So I want to use a crawdad imitation plastic. So something that has two appendages on the end that basically mimic the pinchers of a crawdad. The other thing is I try to match it to the color of the jig. When throwing this jig, I start off with Daiwa's Tatula, either a 6.3 or 7.3 to 1 gear ratio. That's not too important on this technique. Then I pair that up with I spool up with either 10 to 12 pound mono or fluorocarbon when I'm fishing clear water. If I've got stain water, a real heavy cover, I'll go for, up to a 15 or 17 pound line as well. And then I pair that up on Castaway's Skeleton 2 series, 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod. I need that soft tip because we really got to feel those rocks and things as we're coming over those island tops, because it's very important that we really feel out the structure that's on those island tops. But then we need enough backbone to really get a great hook set, so that hook is going to go through that weed guard and really get a good hook set on the fish. All right, so retrieval is real simple with this bait. I just want to make long casts, let the bait sink all the way to the bottom, and then with the rod tip down, I want to make slow sweeping actions with the rod, dragging that bait along the bottom. Now, a couple things. It's very important to keep that bait in contact with the bottom at all times. The two reasons are, first is I want to be able to feel out the bottom. I need to be able to feel that there's different structure down there and rock piles and things like that. But second, as that bait is scurrying along the bottom, it's mimicking a crawdad, and every time it really comes in contact and gets caught up on a rock, it will actually tilt those appendages upwards, mimicking a crawdad trying to protect itself, and that can oftentimes be what it takes to trigger these fish into striking. What makes this Pacemaker jig a little bit different than other football head jigs is the ridges on the head. And what that's supposed to do is displace more dirt down there as it's being dragged along, creating more of like a dust cloud that helps those fish zone into something going on down there.
There we go. There we go. Look at that. Oh!
So what you got going on is this little football head jig is just dragging along the bottom there, stirring up dirt, and that's what's causing the commotion that these fish are coming in and taking a look at. All right, so when it comes down to locating these island tops, there's 3 different ways I use. The first one's really simple. You look for marker buoys. A lot of times when those island tops get close to breaking the surface, there's gonna be a hazard buoy above it, and just go over, fish around that, and you'll really get the layout of that island top real quickly. The second is using your electronics. I've got a Navionics chip in mind. Also just using side imaging, you can really find the different subtle ups and downs and really find the contour you're looking for with these island tops. The third is I go on Google Maps or Google Earth. And what happens is, you know, every 6 months to a year, they take new satellite imaging and put it on their mapping. And if you take a screenshot of some of your favorite points and coves, eventually you're gonna get some low water shots that are really gonna have those island tops that are exposed, and you're gonna learn a lot more about what those different areas that you're fishing. The magic water depth I usually look for is about 15 to 35 to 40 feet of water. And so if the top comes up to about 20 feet, that's probably a good island top for me. They can come up all the way and break the surface. I just make sure I'm gonna fish that 15 to 30 foot range around that island top. The next thing is that when you're making your casts, you've got to understand there's usually a sweet spot on that island top, meaning there's usually an area where these fish are congregating, and that can change throughout the day and throughout different times when the weather is a little bit different. So it's important to make different casts along that island top, but then take note to where those fish have lined up. For instance, sometimes if it's a windy day, those fish might be up onto the windy side of that island top, and or if there's a deep channel or ledge off one side, they might be positioned over on that side. So you've got to take note, because once you figure out the sweet spot of that island top, that's where those fish are going to be congregated. So if you keep this V&M's Pacemaker really bumping along the bottom there, you're going to imitate what these fish are up on these island tops looking to feed on, and you're going to improve your wintertime success. Once again, guys, I'm Travis with Lucky Tackle Box. Please let us know in the comments section what you thought of these videos, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, to get your own monthly box of baits so you can follow along with these videos, go to luckytacklebox.com.